Welcome, viewers. It was October 24th, Pennsylvania, America. Prasad, who was staying at his neighbor's flat, was sitting on the hall sofa with a sad face, and the police, who was sitting opposite to him, while waiting for the answer they expected, they started speaking to him. Fingerprints report of 13 people in the forensic analysis has come. Prasad. In that, totally, there were 11 women and 2 men, they said, and gave the photo and name list to Prasad. And Prasad, who saw it, was shocked and saw the police, and the police, who understood the reason of his look. Yes, Prasad, in this flat where you are staying, both their fingerprints was there at your house, they said. And 40-year-old Krishna Raj, who was standing there, and pointed out his 35-year-old wife. And looking at them, Prasad turned to police and said, "Sir, on the day when my mother was murdered, both of them came to my house. They invited us to a birthday party of their son that day, and they left in 10 to 15 minutes. And not only that, the list which you gave me, all the people in that list will come to my house often to see my daughter and mother. That's why their fingerprints was there in our apartment." But police said, "Look, Prasad, even though you don't have any doubt on these people, we have to clear our doubt. And with the important clue which we noticed in this case, we have reduced our suspect list. That is, the person who murdered your mother and kidnapped your daughter is from this apartment, and in particular, some people in this 5th floor where you are staying did this, and we suspect the same. Also, they said that we have to test the DNA of Krishna Raj and his wife. And not only this flat, we got search warrant to search the entire flat on this floor." Hearing this, Prasad and his wife were shocked at first, but later, with the investigation details said by the police, they felt that what the police said is right. So what is the clue and investigation details said by the police? And with that, how they reduced the suspect list. And did Krishna Raj and his wife is related to this? Or since the police is going to search the entire floor, did someone from that floor is involved in this? And not only in America, about a case which was spoken seriously in India. About the second part video of Prasad, family murder case, we are going to decode in detail in today's video. Yes, if you haven't seen the part 1 video yet, I have given the link in the card, description, and pinned comment. First watch that, and then see this video. Only then the things which I say in this video will be clear to you. You are watching Detectives Decodes, and I am your detective. Come, let's move on to today's video. The things which I say in this video, and the crime scene images and videos which I can't show in YouTube, will be updated in our official Telegram group, and those who didn't get correct notification on YouTube will get instant update from there. And those who didn't use Telegram, our channel is in WhatsApp. You will get instant updates there also. The link of our official WhatsApp and Telegram channel is in the description and pinned comment. Check it out. On the floor where Prasad's flat is there were totally 10 flats. And in between that 10 flats, there was a staircase. That is left to that staircase, there were 5 flats. And 5 flats to the right side of the staircase. And not only that, to see who is coming to that 5th floor, there is one CCTV camera near that staircase. And not only that there was a CCTV camera in the lift, so with both the camera. On the day when Prasad's daughter was kidnapped, those who went out of the floor and those who came in, the total head count was 67, and 39 of them were staying in the same floor, and electrical, plumbing work, and those who deliver courier. Like this, 8 people have came there. Now police who have already watched every one of them didn't suspect any one of them because no one had Prasad's missing daughter. So at first, when police didn't know where Prasad's daughter went, and that's when, in this case, the thing which they didn't investigate properly, and that small thing came to their mind. Yes, in this video's first part, the thing which I had mentioned, most of our DD followers found and said it in the comment. Congratulations to all of you, and what was that means? In the hall of Prasad's house, I said that there was a threatening letter from the killers asking money. The thing in that letter struck in police mind, because if you have noticed, you would have known. At the beginning of the letter, they started in the name Shiva. When Prasad's daughter were missing, in the letter, they have mentioned the name Shiva and asked for money. And at first, police asked that his name was Prasad. Then, why they have written Shiva. For that Prasad said he has another name called Shiva. But hearing this, the police were focused on catching the killers at that time. So they didn't notice the name. But after that, when all their investigation met the dead point, they thought that they have missed the name Shiva. And when they again asked about this to Prasad, he said that everyone in the flat will call him Shiva. And noticing that his wife Latha's name was also in the letter, what it shows means definitely those who are in this flat. That is those who know very well about Prasad and Latha. Should have done this crime, police concluded. Also with the 5th floor CCTV footage where Prasad was staying, someone who came in the lift must have done this crime. Or else those who didn't come in the lift or staircase. And the people from the same floor must have done the crime. And Prasad's daughter who went missing must be there in someone's flat, on that floor, they guessed. That's why they got a search warrant and checked the entire flats on that floor and collected the DNA of the people whose fingerprint was found in Prasad's house and matched it with the DNA of the hair found in his mother's dress. But unfortunately, there were no results in their hard work because Prasad's daughter was not there in any of the flat, and the DNA of the people in the suspect list didn't match, even though the police thought wisely and went close to the killer. Again, the case went to the starting point. So now the police made another idea. They took the DNA of 11 men in that floor and sent it to the test. And why they particularly testing those 11 men's DNA means. Forensic gave a report that the hair found in Prasad's house should belong to a man. So already, there were 2 men in the police suspect list. Now both of the men were not in that list. So police checked the DNA of the rest of the 11 men on that floor. In this, the thing which we should notice is, both the CCTV camera in that floor was facing the staircase and lift. That is the people in that floor. Goes from one side of the flat to another side through the veranda. It won't be recorded in the CCTV. That's why on the day when Prasad's daughter went missing, they took the DNA of all the men in that floor and sent it to forensic test, who are all there in that 5th floor and who are all men in that. They took the DNA test and sent it to the forensic. And not only that, they got the handwriting sample of everyone on that floor and sent it for the test. But at the time when police was waiting for the result, they received an unexpected phone call which could crack this case. It was October 25th, 2012. That is 3 days after Prasad's daughter was kidnapped, that morning around 6 a.m. In the first floor of the apartment where Prasad was staying, there was a gym. Now, a 37-year-old gym trainer opened the door and went inside. And after that, he checked whether all the equipment are working fine, and those who work out in the gym to relax if they get tired. There is a room for them to rest. And now he went inside that room. And when he switched on the light and came out, he noticed that his shoelace was untied. So he sat down to tie that. And that's when, under a wooden bench, he saw a blue color bag. He wondered why there is a new bag here and thought whether someone forgot it there. And he pulled it out and opened it. And after opening, there were comb, powder, and a big towel. And seeing this, he noticed a stinking smell. Now he moved that towel and frozen in shock because inside that, there was a dead body of a child. Now the gym trainer was scared and immediately called the police. And the phone call which he made, like I already mentioned, a big breakthrough which could crack the case. Yes, the police who came and saw the dead body of the child confirmed that it was Prasad's daughter. And in the autopsy report, they confirmed that the child died due to suffocation. So, who came and kept that bag inside the gym? Like this, police investigated to all the people who work out there, but including the gym trainer, everyone said that they don't know anything. And since the bench was wide, they didn't notice the bag under it, they said. So now police got another idea. Since the child was inside the bag, in the floor where Prasad's flat was there, they started checking the CCTV footage, whether anyone is with that blue bag. And in the floor where gym is located, they checked the CCTV footage. That's when, on the day when Prasad's daughter was kidnapped. That evening around 4:15 p.m., from the same 5th floor, it was recorded that a youngster was taking that bag and was going down through the staircase. And 15 minutes later, the same person, around 4:30 p.m., he went outside the apartment entrance. And in the next 2 hours, they noticed that person returning with the bag. And not only that, the same person the next morning around 7:20 a.m., with the same bag he came to the 1st floor gym. But in the next half an hour, without the bag in his hand, they noticed him walking with the bare hand. And when they checked who was that person in that footage, it was 2 flats away from Prasad's flat. Police found that it was 26-year-old Raghunandan. And in the next 1 hour, the DNA and handwriting found in Prasad's flat, forensic team gave the report that it belongs to Raghunandan. He was not arrested yet. And if you think how the DNA report was matched, I will make you remember one thing. On the floor where Prasad was staying, they collected the DNA of all the men and sent it for the test. Since he was from the same floor, his DNA already went for the test. So on October 26th, police arrested Raghunandan in his flat and took him into custody for investigation. And Raghunandan, who said that he didn't do anything. And after police showed him the CCTV footage of him going with the bag, he started confessing what had happened. And in the history of America, for the first time, an Indian got death sentence. And the reason behind his confession is this. Raghunandan, who completed BE Computer Science in Andhra. And after marriage, he got a job in America and started settling there. But even though he got a good salary, he didn't know how to handle it and got a huge debt, that is. He went to a gambling center called Casino and started gambling. Like a proverb that greediness is disaster. Not only he lost all the money in his hand, nearly he got 25 lakh and lost it in gambling. So those who gave him money, like strangling him, they started to call him continuously and ask the money back. And if he didn't give the money, they threatened to shame him in his house. And the thing that he lost lakhs of money in gambling is not known by his wife. So if his wife came to know about that, she will say that in her house. And he was afraid that he will be ashamed. So when he was in fear of what to do, their neighbor invited him and his wife to a birthday party. And when he was going to that party, he saw Prasad's mother, Satyavati, standing alone with Prasad's daughter. That's when he noticed a costly necklace in that child's neck. So he went near them and started talking like a good man. And he came to know that the worth of the chain the child was wearing is 8 lakh. And when they came from Andhra, Prasad's parents brought it as a gift, and all the money earned by Prasad and his wife was saved. He came to know about everything through Prasad's mother. So he thought about a brutal plan. To solve his debt issues, Prasad's jewels and bank balance should come to his hand, and with the same thought, he went and rang the calling bell. Now Prasad's mother opened the door and saw Raghunandan out, and in a belief that since he spoke nicely to her in the birthday party, she called him inside. And when he came inside, he said that his wife was pregnant and should do a baby shower function. And he came there to ask her how to do it, he said. Hearing this, Prasad's mother was happy. And she said that she will first make him a coffee, and went to the kitchen from the hall. Now he took out the knife he hid in the jerkin, and he slowly followed her. And in an unexpected time, he closed her mouth from behind and started stabbing her in the neck. So without knowing what was happening there, Prasad's mother tried to escape from him and started beating him in his head and cheek. That's why his hair is found in her sari. But now she was stabbed in the neck and collapsed. And in the next few minutes, she died in a pool of blood. But when she fell down, a vessel, which she had in her hand, also fell down. So hearing that sound, Prasad's daughter started crying, in that he was scared and thought that he will get caught if she cries. And to prevent the crying sound from hearing outside, he took his kerchief and stuffed it in her mouth. And not only that, he took a towel and started to tie her mouth. After that, he went to his flat from Prasad's flat, and without knowing to his sleeping wife, he took a big bag and came to Prasad's flat. Now he kept that child in his bag and covered it with a big towel. And even if someone opens the bag, they shouldn't be suspicious. So he put powder, comb above it to match. After that, he opened the cupboard with the keys, which was already in that, and took 15 lakh worth of jewels. And like 4 to 5 people came and kidnapped the child, and like threatening for money, he wrote a letter and kept it in the table and left with the bag, and he started walking in the town and went and sat in a restaurant and started spending time. And after 1.5 hours to check how was the child, he went inside the toilet and opened the bag. And that's when he was shocked to see the child without any movement. Immediately, he took out the towel which was tied to that child's mouth and checked the heartbeat and pulse. But since both were silent, and since he closed her mouth with a towel, knowing that the child suffocated and died, he started to get scared. And like he wrote in the letter, if Prasad's wife came to the place, he said, he thought of getting the money and giving back the child. But since the child is dead, while thinking what to do next, he again came to his flat with the bag. And without knowing to his wife, he kept the bag under the bed. And without sleeping throughout the night, he started thinking. And that's when he remembered the gym where he worked out daily. So the next morning, he took the bag and went to the gym. And as if he was working out, and at the time no one was noticing, it took the bag and went to the relaxing room. And he hid the bag under the bench. And as if nothing happened, he came to his flat. That is like someone came and kept the bag and left. And his plan was to make everyone think like that. But he forgot that CCTV camera was watching him. Now, from the moment he went to Prasad's house until now, since he was wearing socks and gloves, his fingerprint and footprint was not found in the crime scene. And beyond all this, after doing all this mistake, like nothing has happened along with the rest of the flatmates, like searching Prasad's daughter, he pasted the missing poster of that child around the town. And after his confession, the jewels he stole and the knife he used for the murder was recovered by the police from his house. And the court who investigated this case on November 20th, 2014, in the crime history of America for an Indian-born American, that is for Raghunandan. They gave death sentence as judgment for the first time. Yes, until then, the American court has never given a death sentence to any Indian, and Raghunandan, who became the first in that list, was waiting for the death sentence and hearing this Prasad's family. And hearing this, the Indian-born American people was happy. But the next year, that is, in February 2015, an announcement, which gave them a very big shock, was released by the Pennsylvania state governor. That is, sometimes innocent people were punished in this death sentence, and to protect the death sentence prisoners and to investigate their appeal petition, government is spending a lot of money, and announced that he won't sign the death warrant order in Pennsylvania. Hearing this, Indian-born American said that it is against the justice, and without any mercy, Raghunandan killed an old woman and child, and because of this, he will escape, and they became angry. And according to the law of USA, without the sign of state governor, they won't execute the death penalty. Till now, his death sentence was not executed. The thing which we should notice in this case is the thing which we already said in a lot of cases, that is, for any reason, even if you know them well, how much money you have and how much jewels or asset you have, don't share your financial status, because the thing which Prasad's mother said has ended here, and don't wear a lot of jewels to unnecessary places. And not only that, if Raghunandan didn't get caught in gambling, he would have lived well. And Prasad's innocent family who was affected by him could have been in peace. And like a saying, that leaving cat's tail, he caught tiger's tail. Fearing for debt, he did 2 murders. Until now, without knowing whether he will live or die, he is in jail. So, my dear DD followers, in this case, a normal birthday party destroyed a whole family. And what does your intuition say about it? Comment your opinions down without forgetting. And also, comment what case or topic you want next. And your best comment will come in the next video. I will meet you in another video. Thank you. Bye-bye.